Hey, it's the Horror Movie Freaks. My name is Matt.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Sue.
And we're going to be talking about the 1980 haunted hotel classic, The Shining. So, Nathan, this was your choice. Why did you pick The Shining?
I don't know, I haven't seen it for a long time until just rewatching it again for this review, but it's just always been in the back of my head as just one of the horror movie greats. So I wanted to watch it again and have a good chat about it.
I just remembered you always had that Here's Johnny poster on your wall.
Yeah, with Jack coming through the door.
Yeah, I always thought that was so cool. It's such an iconic picture and looked great on the wall.
Let's look behind the lens and talk about the production. This film was directed by the legendary director, Stanley Kubrick, who, after his last film, Barry Lyndon, flopped, wanted to make something that would appeal to a wider audience. This film was mostly shot in the EMI studios in the UK and took over a year to make. So, Sue, what was your impressions of the film? What did you think of the look of it?
The cinematography is pretty spectacular, I have to say. Like, a lot of it was almost set up like tableaus, like shots of the maze and shots of the hotel looked like art that you could put on your wall. That first shot when they're doing the credits and they're driving up to the hotel, that could have been boring in other people's hands, just following a car driving around. But it's beautiful and foreboding and it creates a lot of feeling, which I think is the work of a great director.
Nathan, what are your thoughts on the production?
I actually didn't realise it was filmed in a studio. It looked like a real hotel to me. And I thought it was beautiful because it's actually a strange sort of set because I thought the hotel looked plain, but at the same time it's very grand, I guess, in its size and scope. And obviously it's a style that's sort of been ripped off lots of other times since. And the film in general, for me, it looked like it inspired very clearly things like Twin Peaks and obviously the New American Horror Story and lots of other bits and pieces. Watching it again, it's like, there's a bit from that movie and that movie and that movie and that TV show, which have all come decades later. I wonder why it took a year to film, because it doesn't look like it would have taken that long. I mean, maybe there were long gaps of time, or he was just...
That's because of Kubrick. You know that scene where she had to leave the hotel and walk to the snowcat just across that?
Yeah.
He made her do that for a week or something.
Yeah, some of those shots, like the shot where Jack's looking at the maze, and then you see the people walking in the maze. There's a maze there.
A shot from above.
And of course the twins, like, so, iconic, those two twins in the hallway, dressed like they are. It's just amazing.
The tricycle going round and round and round. That was just a really good shot as well. And also the sound for that, as it like sort of goes over the floorboards and quietens down over the rug, loud, soft, loud, soft. That was really good.
I liked, that scene where she's, everything's sort of come unhinged and she's like, what's happening in my world? And she wanders upstairs and sees that guy in the tux getting a blowjob from that plushy guy.
Yeah.
Pig mask. I love that. It's so random. What does it mean? Like, what is that? It just makes you feel,
Let's move on to the plot. So this was based on a Stephen King bestseller and adapted by Kubrick and Diane Johnson. So Sue, you're the Stephen King mega fan. Do you think this film does the novel justice?
No.
How did I know you were going to say that?
And that's why I gave it less on my plot scoring. Mainly because, I understand exactly the issue Stephen King had with it, which was that, in the book, it's about an ordinary family, they've had some trials. Obviously, he's had some drinking issues, but he's basically a good guy and loves his family. And they go there and this sort of insidious thing gets in him and makes him someone completely different. When you're watching this film, you think he's nuts from the beginning, really.
I still think there was a bit of vagueness as well, and that's sort of the only downfall for me in the movie as well, in terms of, was it cabin fever and he just sort of got a little bit unhinged, or was it supernatural forces within the hotel from being on the Indian burial ground which contributed to that as well? That's, I guess, not really made clear.
I think the photo at the end really shows that, this is like something more supernatural than him just going crazy. I think, seeing him, that he's in a different time, like he was at that party back in 19 whatever it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't just him going crazy himself.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still left pretty vague, even for the supernatural side. But I guess that's the thing, we don't understand that world that much, so they can kind of leave it that way, I guess.
That shot of him at the end in the snow with his eyes rolled up, it's a little comical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they lingered on that way too long.
Yeah, it felt a bit like the frozen guy in Scrooge. Like,
Yeah.
Did you think it was a scary film, Nathan? Though.
Well, not really, but I think that's because I've seen it a few times already. If I was watching it for the first time, yeah, it's still suspenseful and maybe not scary, but you'd still get quite worked up about it. I think, especially towards the end as well, as he does get pretty unhinged.
Ghost films don't normally scare me, but this I think is creepy. I think it maybe doesn't have the full-on scare factor, but it does really have the creep factor.
Yeah.
Being stuck in that sort of situation I mean, even if it's not a ghost film, like having a husband that goes crazy and you're stuck in a bathroom while he smashes down the door, it's pretty frightening.
Like, I think when I watched it when I was younger, the twins and the visions that Danny had were what scared me. Yeah, but now as a grown-up and having been in relationships and, you know, seeing that side of it is scarier, obviously. Yeah. The thought of someone that you're in a relationship and love turning on you and basically saying, I'm going to kill you. That's horrifying.
I really felt for her.
That scene where she comes up to him and he's like, when I'm working, you get the fuck out or whatever. Yeah. Face, it's like, oh, you're just totally breaking her heart. It was awful. Yeah. Like, comfortable to watch even. He's just typing. She's the one doing actual work.
Yeah, exactly. What's he getting paid for? I don't think it's for typing, that's for sure.
Oh, no, especially not that novel.
No.
I'm buying it.
I don't think that's going to be a bestseller. Lastly, let's talk about the performances. So, the Shining star Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Scatman Crothers, and Danny Lloyd. This is a role that would define Jack Nicholson. Nathan, what did you think of the cast?
I thought it was a brilliant cast. I couldn't pick any faults with that. Jack, it's Jack 10 out of 10. That's like his best performance. You can see why he became such a huge star. I mean, I know he was a name before that, but why he's gone on to bigger and better things. It's just quintessential Jack. It's great. But even Shelley Duvall as Wendy, I thought, yeah, I've always found her a little bit wishy-washy as well, but her character, she's so innocent and almost like a rabbit caught in the headlights.
Yeah.
But you see her world gradually unfold as well. But she was really good too.
And the kid, holy crap, what a good actor! Like all the bit with Tony and the voices that he did were pretty darn impressive. Like that's a performance that would be impressive from an adult, let alone a child that probably doesn't understand everything he's doing.
I thought he was the standout.
She got that performance. I know it's amazing. I think it's pretty incredible his performance, to be honest. I think Jackson is great, like you said. But I do still have issues with the whole, I feel he's miscast in a way. Yeah. So I still have issues with that. But his performance itself, you're right, is pretty great.
So from what I'm hearing, I think we're liking the film. It's a film that we'd revisit and recommend to everyone else.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
So let's break it down. So the top score could be 90. So out of 90, we've given The Shining 81. So 81 out of 90. So pretty good score, which is 90%, and gives it an A-.
Oh,
so what do we think of that? Do you think that's a fairly good score for The Shining?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's such a good film. It wasn't until I actually sat down and rewatched it and broke down all the bits and pieces. I was like, gee, this is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. So we're in agreement. We think it's an A- is a good score. What do you think? Do you think A- is good, or is it too high? Well, let us know in the comments below, or log on to Facebook and check us out under Horror Movie Freaks, or tweet us on Twitter. Just use @HorrorMovie. So in the next episode, we'll be getting together and all in one room discussing a request that came through from our viewers. It's going to be the Night of the Creeps. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.